Hi there, Lara Riggio here, your energy trainer, coming to you from my Central Park Energy Center in the heart of New York City. And today I've got a super useful and practical woo-woo exercise for you that can help you overcome a negative attitude, a negative mood you can't shake, and also negative obsessive beliefs. You know, it's very natural when things go wrong to feel bad, to actually feel upset, to feel anxious, to feel overwhelmed. That's normal. But a lot of times what can happen is once we feel bad, we can start to justify those bad feelings and spin a belief to justify them that then keeps us stuck in those limiting emotions with limiting thinking. And I always say, upset can be access. Upset can be access to a new way of being, new growth, and new exploration of your potential if you're willing to lean into the upsetting feelings, see what your body's telling you that you really deep down want that actually isn't happening right now, and then take some steps to getting that instead of what's happening. Now, if we just choose to be stuck in the limiting belief and limiting emotions, we're never going to get out of that negative spiral. So why not try this, guys? I have to tell you, it works. Just this week, I was really exhausted. I woke up with a million things on my to-do list and a very, very busy day. And I thought, how am I going to get this all done? This is just going to be hard. I'm going to feel drained. And I just flipped that script. I actually did the exercise I'm about to teach you right now and got myself into the attitude that I wanted to be in. I wanted to believe that I could get everything accomplished with ease and feel good about what I had accomplished by the end of the day. And in the end, I was actually marveling at just how easy it was to get everything accomplished and the fact that I did with everything else that I had on my plate. So before we start, I'd like you to use something out of your own life so that you can see how this really works for you. So go ahead and think about some scenario in your life that's troubling you. So something that maybe happened this week that bothered you, or maybe something that's happening today, this very minute, that's upsetting to you. And go ahead and see where you feel that emotion in your body. Do you feel it in your jaw? Maybe your stomach is a little anxious, maybe tension in your neck. Okay, and then what's the feeling? If you could put a name to that feeling you're feeling in your body, what's the name of that feeling? Is it anxiety? Is it upset? Is it overwhelm? Go ahead and name it. And now let's see if we can move these emotions out of our body, help our body digest them, so then we can figure out what we want instead. Again, I really believe that negative emotions, upsetting emotions, are just a sign from our body that the way we're living and what's happening is just not aligned with what our heart wants, okay? So if we can use the feeling, release it like we're about to do, then we can get to the heart of our matter and figure out the actions we can take to actually change the situation and empower ourselves to grow. So tap into that feeling and let's actually do a tapping exercise. So you're gonna use that emotion and you're gonna start by tapping the side of your hand here, okay? And you're gonna think to yourself, even though I am feeling, and whatever that feeling is, anxious, overwhelmed, upset, I am willing to do this exercise and release that feeling right now so that I can get clearer on what I actually want instead. Good, now let's switch sides. You're just tapping the side of your hand. Even though I am feeling this feeling of, and name that feeling for yourself and think about where you feel it in your body, I am willing to release it right here and right now so that I can get clearer on what I actually want instead. Awesome. Now we're going to use that same phrase and we're going to tap some points. All of these points that we're using right now, even these hand points, are meridian acupressure points. And by tapping them, we're helping our body digest this emotion. So go ahead and tap. Even though I am feeling this feeling of, I am willing to release it so that I can get clearer on what I actually want instead. So just move your hands to these points with me, and if any of them are a little bit tender, it just means the energy's blocked there. And we're gonna move it as we release this emotion. Even though I am feeling this feeling of, again, insert your feeling, overwhelmed, upset, I am willing to tap it out and release it right here and right now so that I can get clear on what I want instead. Now go right down under your clavicle and tap here. Even though I am feeling this feeling of, I am willing to release it so that I can get clear on what I want instead. Now you're gonna go on your rib cage. Even though I am feeling this feeling of, I am willing to release it so that I can get clear on what I want instead. And let's go to the top of your head. Even though I am feeling this feeling of, I am willing to release it so I can get clear on what I want instead. Great. Now let's take a deep breath. Exhale. Now we're going to do a little grounding exercise. Put your middle finger inside your belly button. Take the other middle finger and put it in between your eyebrows. You're going to pull up on these points as you take another deep breath. Breathe in through your nose. And then exhale the air out of your mouth. Again, breathing in. Exhaling out, and one more breath. This is a grounding exercise. And you can think to yourself as we breathe in, I can ground myself in what I desire. Good. Now we're going to go to the next step. Check in. How does that feeling feel? Does it feel like it's dissipated a little bit? I know when I check into my neck, I feel like it's a lot looser. My jaw's a lot looser. I feel more released and more relaxed. Now, if you are still feeling this feeling, you could always rewind and go through that whole tapping sequence again. The more you tap, the more you will release, okay? But if you felt some level of release, we're gonna go on. So I ask you, in this scenario, this upsetting scenario, what would you actually want instead? What would be the most ideal outcome in this scenario? So just think about what that might be for you, the ideal outcome. And now, more importantly, I want you to think about how you would feel if this ideal outcome were to occur. How would you feel? Excited, inspired, thrilled, who knows, happy, satisfied? How would you feel if this ideal outcome came about? And now the feeling is super important, guys, because feelings attract feelings. The same way we can be in a crappy mood and attract more hard situations to us, when we get into a state of feeling happier, more calm, more at ease, we have a tendency to attract more of those feelings into our world. So let's focus on how you'd like to feel when this thing happens that's gonna help change this circumstance for the better, okay? So think about how you feel if the ideal outcome were to occur. And we're gonna place that into a tapping statement. So our tapping statement for that is, I can see myself feeling more when the outcome I desire occurs, okay? So let's go ahead and tap that in. So we're just gonna go straight to the face tapping points. So I can see myself feeling more, and think about how you're gonna feel as I take small actions that help my desired outcome occur. I can see myself feeling more as I can take small actions to help my desired outcome occur. Now go right under your clavicle. I can see myself feeling more as I take small action steps to help my desired outcome occur. Now go in your rib cage. I can see myself feeling more as I take small action steps to help my outcome occur. And then just do the top of your head and then pause. Awesome. And now I want to go right into what might you have in your life if this outcome occurs. So for example, I can see myself feeling much more happy in my work environment, feeling like my superiors appreciate me. Okay? So whatever you want in this scenario, see if you can't think about this having statement. So I can see myself feeling more this way, having, and place whatever you want at the end of this. Maybe it's having more freedom at work so that I can live a more balanced life. Maybe it's having more joy in my life because I'm enjoying the projects I'm working on more. It can be anything. And guys, this could be for work. It could also be for relationships. I can see myself feeling really inspired, having friends that nourish and support me. I can see myself feeling loved, having a partner in life who cherishes and adores me. Whatever it is, just pick one for right now. And guys, in the blog that's associated with this video, there's a worksheet. So you can create as many of these statements as you desire with those instructions. And also the tapping instructions are there too. So you can go ahead and do this all on your own and customize it to yourself with many different phrases. Okay, and I would just say do 1 or 2 tapping sequences for each phrase and desire. So let's go ahead and complete this one for this circumstance though. So you're tapping, remember, I can see myself feeling this, having this, all right? I'm gonna keep those lines open so you can place your statements in there. So here we go. Tap in between your eyebrows. I can see myself feeling, having in my life. I can see myself feeling more and more having in my life. I can see myself feeling having in my life. Go under your clavicle. I can see myself having, or I can see myself feeling having in my life. Go to your sternum. I can see myself feeling more having in my life. I can see myself feeling more having in my life. I can see myself feeling more having in my life. I don't know, I was noticing myself in the video as I'm taping this. The thing I'm thinking about, I'm getting more and more excited about. So this really has the power to change your mood from the negative to the positive very quickly. And guys, there's no reason why you can't choose the way you want to feel next. And if you can reframe the way you start thinking about upsets in your life and look at them more as signs from your body telling you that, wow, I'm feeling anxious or I'm feeling upset. Something is just not right here in my life. That's all your upsets are a sign of, that something's not working because it's not aligned with your heart or your soul's desires. And guess what? You can change your circumstances, but it all changes with your mood. So go through this tapping sequence, release these feelings, okay, of negativity, tap in and see what you really want instead, and see if you can get in the feeling of having your desired outcomes manifest. And if you get into that feeling and that frequency, you are more likely to attract more of those feelings and the circumstances that are going to support you feeling those feelings. That is how attraction works, okay? So my last challenge for you today is, how can you take one small, super easy step to take action to get you a little bit closer, just a tiny bit closer to having the outcome you desire? And guys, it may just mean, if you're single and you want a partner in your life, maybe you're just smiling at, your opposite sex or whoever you're attracted to on the street. Maybe that's your simple, easy action. Maybe it's actually taking yourself on a date so that you can start to feel what it would feel like to feel loved and cherished. If it's a work situation, maybe you could just have a conversation with someone at work about how you might potentially create the outcome you desire. Whatever it is, you don't have to solve it overnight. And I find that nothing that really is sustainable happens that quickly anyway. So how can you take the smallest step, create a win for yourself, and then the next step and the next step and the next step will be easier and easier and easier. And little by little, you can achieve what you desire. But it all starts with your mood and your belief system. So guys, use this over and over and over again. And go to the blog, okay? The link is below in this video, and make sure that you download this worksheet so you can have it in the notes section of your phone. Go back to it when upset strikes and turn those frowns upside down, flip your script, and get aligned with the outcome you desire versus some negative mood that's just gonna keep you moving into a negative downward spiral. Okay, so check out that worksheet, download it so you have it, and I'm wishing you so much love and joy today and every day.